Greetings and salutations, my beloved courtiers. I know it's a holiday for many of you. Happy Tea Day. I'm going to do some readings from my peers in the Twitter writing community. And I thought I would start off with the new book, Mark of a Demon, by a fantastic author named Despoina. So here goes. I found a little passage I thought you might like. So I hope you like it. I do. I love it. All of a sudden, Marcy, along with Avery and Nerissa, approached me with their sneaky smiles and stood in front of me, studying me with their scary eyes. "Hello, witch," said Avery with a tone of irony in her annoyingly high-pitched voice. "Where's your faithful pet today?" Marcy added. "I hope you didn't sacrifice her in one of your rituals," continued Nerissa. Turning her gaze to the book I was holding, Marcy snatched it away from me and threw it on the ground. Nerissa held out a pocket knife that she had probably stolen from her house and proceeded to tear my book apart. Instinctively, I approached her and tried to stop her. After all, it was my favorite book. Everything happened so quickly that I never understood how her knife ripped off my dress on the spot where my birthmark was. She probably didn't intend to, but she cut my skin as well because hot blood started running from the wound. I had to hold the torn dress in place so that my secret wouldn't be revealed. For that reason, I couldn't react when she pushed me and started kicking me. It hurt so much, but I was frozen and desperately tried to hold back my tears. No one was going to help me. Around me, the strange creatures were looking at me from afar, but they suddenly began to back away, terrified. It was the first time I saw them that afraid. Then I realized it was another creature that looked familiar, but I couldn't remember where I've seen it before. He had black hair, just like the darkest night, and red eyes, as if a fire was burning inside them. On his back, he had 2 black wings. The girls couldn't see him. His ice-cold gaze met my eyes for a moment. Then he turned to the 3 girls. Raising his right hand, he sent all 3 of them flying in the air. They landed farther away from me. They looked at each other with eyes wide open. Without saying another word, they ran, crying and screaming. If I wasn't wounded, I would have laughed extremely hard, but I was in excruciating pain and worried about the blood that didn't seem to stop. The creature approached me. "I should have come to you earlier. Are you all right?" he said, in his hoarse voice echoing everywhere. I nodded, still holding my bloody dress. My heart was pounding fast. I couldn't understand if it was because of him or because I was at the verge of death. He touched my wound. His hand felt surprisingly warmer than my skin, making my heart skip another beat. I didn't feel any more pain, nor did I see any blood flowing. Looking at the spot where the wound once was, I realized it was no longer there. I heard the bell signifying the end of my break. "Everyone will wonder what happened if they see me in this mess," I said, worried. His fiery eyes looked straight at me. "I can fix your dress, but I will leave those bruises and scratches on your face and hands. It's better if you have proof of what they did to you. They'll get punished. Isn't that the right thing?" He's right. They should be punished. I never did anything to them, so why is it that they were allowed to mistreat me like that and destroy my favorite book? I smiled. "I like you." His eyes widened in surprise. "You're a demon, aren't you?" A faint smile appeared on his face. "The feathers give it away, eh?" He raised his hand and fixed my torn dress. "Better head straight to the principal." "Thank you for helping me," I said, and hurried back inside. Like he advised me, I didn't go to the classroom first. Many students were afraid of the principal, but I always thought she was quite likable. She was the only female principal in our area. It was extremely rare to see a woman in that position. "What happened, Miss Heather? Who did this to you?" she said, worried, when she saw my bruised body and messed up hair. "Marcy, Nerissa, and Avery attacked me during our break. Look what they did to my book," I said. I showed her the book they had ripped apart. Miss Charlotte was speechless. and her face turned pale. This could only be done with a knife. Why would the 3 of my students have a knife in their possession? The principal was a gentle but very strict woman. I knew she liked me because I was quiet and never caused any problems. She wouldn't believe those girls, even if they told her exactly what happened. It was a pocket knife. She sighed heavily and gave me permission to leave. I got back to my classroom, ignoring everyone's stare, took my books and went home by foot. I followed a path from which no one would see me. I didn't want to cause any commotion. So that's a part of Mark of a Demon by Despoina. I really recommend it. Despoina is a wonderful, wonderful author. Kind of like this one, I feel like is a supernatural romance. It had a really kind of messed up beginning, so I was kind of glued to it whenever I got a moment I was reading, and I decided to pick that passage for you because it's right at the beginning and kind of gives you a clue about what may or may not happen next. So happy Tea Day, everybody, and I'll do another reading in just a moment.